and the whole orchestra actually stood up and tapped their instruments. It was such an honour.
That'd give you goosebumps.
Absolutely.
G'day, it's Lindsay Waddington here, and today on Did You Know with Waddo, we're doing a podcast with somebody I've grown up with, his face and his music and his entertainment. It's the legend, Mr. Tony Jeffrey.
Oh, thanks, Waddo, for inviting me. I don't know about legend, but it's lovely to be here.
Oh, mate, it's great to have you. Now, we should tell the people, you were one of the original members out of the superstar band group, Wickety Wak.
And that's true. That's true.
That must have been a wild ride.
Oh, look, I always say it was such a privilege and a pleasure to be a part of it. It really was. It really was. We started at the Currabee Hotel in, I think it was 76. And the original lineup was a bit different then. It was Greg, of course, Barney, the Magic Maori, myself, and then there was another guy, Tony Hogan, who was originally from Sydney, and a drummer, Peter Smith, all very, very talented guys. Then 2 years later, a couple of the guys decided to leave for various reasons, and Peter Mackay joined and Robbie Rosenlund. So and then 20 years later, it happened.
It worked.
It happened.
Did the two blokes that left so early think, God, we should have just hung in there a bit longer?
I still stay in touch with Tony Hogan in Sydney, and I see Peter occasionally, but great bloke Tony, and he's an entertainment legend in his own right in Sydney, actually. You know? Yeah. So he's a good bloke.
How did it come about then? Were you into comedy, or no, you fell into it, or were you into comedy, all of you fellas?
No, we kind of weren't, but...
because you were known for comedy more than... Because you were all very musical, but your comedy sort of overshone your musical ability.
Yeah, I kind of... The good thing about it, I think, whether you realise it or not, it kind of evolved. Yeah. Like we'd do a couple of little things that were funny, and then 5 minutes becomes 7 minutes, and then 10 and 15 minutes. We did silly stuff, that worked. Well, we'd keep that or whatever, and then... But then we eventually were writing stuff, But of course, you couldn't perform most of the stuff you had written over a few beers. But, but it happened. So over the period of, say, 20 years, and costumes come into it, and impersonations, and it all sounds so simple, but it took a long while to develop that, of course, But I think the guys that together just didn't want to play in the pubs.
Wanted to be on that higher level.
Well, they wanted to, as you say, entertain, but I don't think we kind of knew how to. That's why we wanted to be a show band, to do showy material or entertain people more. And just a unique, I think, bunch of guys, talented, that all great singers, all great musicians, and entertainers in their own right. It was an exceptional group of guys,
Well, who put it together? Whose brainchild?
Greg, he was the maestro, and terrific band leader, great at matching harmonies.
Yep.
The blend of harmonies was always which we had a great blend, but Greg was the maestro there for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, Greg was a guitar player and singer.
Yes.
But this might surprise some people because in Queensland, in later life, he became Greg Doolan and the Greg Doolan Band, and obviously lead singer.
Yeah. Yes.
If I remember rightly, he wasn't the lead singer in Wickety Wak. You would have been, wouldn't you? You would have looked at that?
I was sort of classed as a lead singer, which was great. But the good thing about the band was that everyone could sing and sing well and sing great songs. So the burden wasn't just on one person. Everyone took their turns at doing great songs, which is quite unique.
Yeah, wow.
Quite unique, yeah.
Lots of TV appearances, like...
Yeah.
Like I'm a North Queensland boy, so originally, and so Wickety Wak was, like we were saying before when we were having a yak, Wickety Wak and the Dulltones were probably two of the hugest touring groups that used to come through all the civic centres and town halls and fill all the places out when I was a kid. But then you'd also be on all the TV specials too. Yeah,
well, it kind of happened. We were invited to do the Jack and McDonald breakfast show. And, we didn't get paid for it. They had to pay us for what we did. Well, it wouldn't have happened. But it was worth $1 million, the exposure.
Yep.
So then we put the clips together. If we were going to North Queensland or anywhere like that, we had these clips and people say, Wickety Wak, what? What is this? And then when you had the clips to go with it, I thought, oh, wow, you know, so it's kind of as simple as that, but it was great planning. I mean, we had great management as well. Paul Hewitt was our manager, and, you know, he did an exceptional job with, you know, keeping 5 guys together and the road crew and
Was it
everything.
easy to stay together? All good buddies?
Yeah, yes. I mean, look, of course, we always had our differences, but I think the bottom line was always a great respect for one another. Mm-hmm. So, you know, everything was resolved, you know, so.
20 years?
20 years, yes.
Yeah. Now, in Queensland, you were like a household name.
Yeah.
Did you find, because you, on the TV shows and that up here, there was that engine to make you a household name, did you find that when you stepped over the border into other states, it was like, oh, here we got to start again? Or no, it leaked into other states as well?
The unknown factor was still there, but by the time we did go interstate, we had the clips and I think one TV special, which we would put on all the local channels preceding it, and on paid ads, of course. So everything's a grind to start, but then if we were in Victoria, well, in the country of Victoria, it would go to the local channel and we'd have packed houses.
That's fantastic.
I mean, it was great. We were synonymous in Queensland, but we'd still go to Perth and fill the casino there or Adelaide, and terrific days.
Sex, drugs and rock and roll.
Oh, well, plenty of rock and roll.
Just dopes on stage. Oh, you guys were so entertaining. And I think, like I said before, me being a music lover too, I think your humour and your skits overshone your actual ability to play. Like you still were great players yourselves. Yeah.
Well, I think the good thing about the show was never ever the same any night.
No.
Something would happen and we think,
off you go.
Yeah, well, we'd keep it in or something would happen, you know. Just the ad lib was always fantastic, you know. We'd sort of crack each other up on stage too, even though you'd think it would become monotonous doing that or that, but then it was something always silly would happen or it would just happen and you'd go with it. What can you do, you know?
Now, there must have been life before Wickety Wak. How old were you, Tony, when you joined the Wak?
I was 25.
So you would have been 25. Into music and entertainment before then?
I was. I was always a soloist.
Mm-hmm.
And I
serious? Like serious?
Yeah,
Not comedy?
Well, I started singing when I was about 9 or 10.
Okay.
And the short of it is I've got 7 sisters and 2 other brothers. The 3 of the girls were being taught singing. And I happened to be skylarking one day, imitating them. And the singing teacher flicked my sisters and, right, I want him.
Wow.
So I performed in all the Eisteddfods and around the Central West area and as a boy soprano.
Yeah.
So I started that way. And then, if it's not boring you too much, I went to Sydney when I was 16 and made a living out of talent quests in Sydney.
Like just winning them and that prize
just
money?
Winning. I'd go out 7 nights a week. I wouldn't win 7, but I'd win a couple a week. And then I'd get a bit lazy because I'd be sitting on a train going to X and I'd see a bloke on the train I knew, well, he's going to his favourite haunt and I know he's going to win. So I got off and went somewhere else.
I love it. So it was a business.
Well, I think there was a professional troupe of guys doing that circuit.
Yeah.
And then I turned up every Sunday at the Motor Club in Sydney. It was the Motor Club in George Street. It was a nightclub. And you weren't allowed in clubs until you were 21. No, I didn't even shave until I was about 22. You know, I had a face full of bum fluff, you know.
I'm 50 and I still don't.
Anyhow, I'd turn up virtually every Sunday and I'd win the talent. It was $25. Well, the basic wage then was about $14.
Oh, wow.
So it was good. And then the bandmaster then said to me, look, Tony, how many songs do you know? I said, about 6. Yeah. He said, well, this is not doing you any good, turning up here every Sunday. He said, we'll give you $25 just to come and do. You'll have to get your finger out and get some material together, do a little 20-minute spot before the main act, and we'll give you $25 for that. So you get yourself out of the talent quest type thing and try and make a name for you. So that's virtually when it started. Yeah.
So that's when it started. So you're saying you're doing this around Sydney. Is that where you're from?
I'm from Bathurst originally.
Yep.
Well, it came to Bathurst. I was born in Ireland and we came to Australia when I was only 8.
Can you whack on a real Irish accent?
Not at all. No, never. Never speak a word of it at all. No.
Sorry, what was that? Oh, that's fantastic. So where were you born in Ireland?
Where? I was born in a little place called County Armagh in Northern Ireland.
Wow.
Yeah.
And do you ever wish you stayed over there, or you love Australia?
No, I'm an Aussie citizen. I've been back plenty of times, and I mean, I love it, but nothing like Australia, mate.
How old were you when you came out here then?
I was only 8.
So 8-year-old to Bathurst?
Yes. To Bathurst, yes.
For work for your parents, or no, they just wanted to change in life, or?
Yeah, wanted to change in life because there was a lot of troubles then. So I think they made a tremendous sacrifice, with
young family.
Seven children came from Ireland to Australia, and then 3 were born here. We actually managed a big hall in Bathurst called the Bathurst Hall, and the house was a 2-story place with it was a dance area downstairs, and every Saturday night there was an orchestra on stage, and Rodney Rood was in a rock band then.
Oh, really?
Rodney Keft's his name, and terrific bloke. Even his mum and dad had a fish and chip shop in Bathurst, but he was an absolute legend then before he went into comedy.
Yeah.
He did the best Elvis impression I've ever seen.
Oh, really?
But no, terrific bloke. But that's the start of it, So you're always involved with the music, and then just in with the local bands and things like that. As a kid, when I was about 12, 13, we had a little band going, and it was.
Did your parents play? If they did, what instruments would they have played?
My mother was always singing around the house.
So that brought that on.
Yeah, and then Dad was kind of fanatical with. He could sit down and piano play a tune or an accordion and play it, but never taught. So just no one else in the family is in the entertainment industry, only myself.
So even though your sisters started with singing lessons and all that, they all you sort of stuffed it when you sort of you took over their career.
yeah, that's it. So that was how it happened.
And then you probably got a voodoo doll there going, Tony.
Oh, they're good. But then I went to Sydney, and then an agency signed me up, and I started working professionally doing after all the talent quests. So I'd go and do, say, 2 20-minute spots around various little clubs, and I get the biggest learning curve in my life. I was doing a show, 2 20-minute shows. I was only about 18 at this stage. I remember exactly where it was at the Union Club at Central Station. And I was doing a show, and the first 20 minutes was fantastic. In those days, it was just a smoke-filled room, big long trestles, lots of jugs of beer and schooners of beer. And I did the first 20-minute show with a few other entertainers doing their different things. And I thought, I'm pretty good. I thought, I've
nailed this.
Nailed this.
Yeah.
We had the interval, and then, like, the star of the show come on, and guess what he did? He whistled. I'm no word of a lie.
That's it.
He could whistle like a bird, and you could hear a pin drop and brought the house down. Couldn't believe it, because I'm getting goosebumps even thinking about it now.
Really?
It just, I think, well, wow, it's like having a good hand in cards, and then somebody's going to trump you see. But it was fantastic. I enjoyed it myself, but I thought, wow, he just thoroughly entertained them. He was
just whistling.
Whistling.
Did he play or anything? Or no, just whistled?
Just whistled. Unbelievable. But then that was like in the late 60s, and whistling was very popular.
Oh, yeah.
So...
Well, there was the Happy Whistler, wasn't there, overseas?
Yeah. Well, it was popular, so that was it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, but then how long did you stay there before you moved? Because obviously you would have got to Wickety Wak by moving to Queensland, or did they find you down in that scene?
No, well, the agency that I was with in Sydney were bringing artists to Australia, and as part of the deal, I got to go to Poland to represent Australia when I was 19. It was called the Sopot Song Festival in Poland in 1970. So they sent me overseas.
That'd be a similar thing like Eurovision, wouldn't it?
Yes,
in Poland.
It was. It was absolutely fantastic.
Wow.
I had to
whistle.
No, thank God. No.
Can you whistle?
No, I can't.
Try a bit. Tony.
No, I can't. No.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry.
Puff of dust.
So you're going to Poland then?
Yeah, and I sailed over, which was the cheapest way to go for the agency to send me over. So it was like 7 weeks on the boat, the Italian liner. My dad was there seeing me off with some friends, and he said, Tony, now you've got enough money. You're going to Europe. And I said, yeah, Dad, everything's sweet. So I had $50 in my wallet.
For 7 weeks on the boat? And then
well, it was a lot of money in those days.
Oh, yeah. I won't even go get bread for that.
But I don't know why, but they're all $1 American dollar notes. So I pulled the wallet out and I flicked. I said, I got plenty of money. Look, he didn't see they were ones. And I almost thought for 1 minute he was going to bite me. No, he didn't.
Yeah.
But so I went with that because there was money to be sent when I was over there and things like that. Of course, it didn't arrive when I got to Europe. A whole book can be written about my experiences and getting from somewhere to somewhere else. But all in all, it was a fabulous, fabulous time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you get paid to do it?
They paid me, when I was in Poland, they paid me. But, I mean, their currency, not being derogatory or anything, was lots of money for that country. But the exchange was, you couldn't take it out of the country. But I had another memorable moment there. Something it's quite unique and fantastic happened. I went to the rehearsal and I had a choice of 2 songs. You had to learn, they would send you a repertoire of Polish written songs, which you had to sing in English and pick one of them, and then 2 songs of your choice. So I picked virtually a 50-piece orchestra for the Polish song, which I had to sing in English, called Simply Am I. And I went down to a country town called Łódź for the rehearsal. And I've gone in, the conductor introduced me as, Antosh Kangaroo, just from Australia. And the whole orchestra actually stood up and tapped their instruments. It was such an honour.
That'd give you goosebumps.
Absolutely. It's such an honour, it's sort of very humbling experience,
How the hell did you get stuck in comedy?
I don't know. Yes, it happened,
And so let's go back to the start a little bit.
Yeah.
What song, you always wanted to be in entertainment, or no, you just sort of fell into it and just kept going, Tony? Or was there any other love you thought, I want to be that? Or no, it was entertainment and singing?
It was. I mean, I loved drawing and art growing up and things like that, but it never really took on.
What song really hit you then? You would have heard it on the radio back then and thought, I want to be that.
I think from a very young age, I used to always get goosebumps when I heard a Hawaiian guitar play.
Well,
it's like country and western music.
Wow.
Just with that Hawaiian guitar, the way I used to wind up with it. Oh, wow, that's fun. That was kind of stimulating.
That's so fantastic.
And then, of course, when I was a boy soprano, I was always classically trained, so the best of both worlds.
You always did your young life then as in music, and then Whack took you another 20 years.
Yeah.
And then after that, all disbanded because it's sad. You've had some members pass and that.
Yes.
But you actually had, and I actually think this name of this group you had after it, Out of Whack.
Out of Whack, yes.
That is so clever. That's so cool. That's really cool.
We had to keep sort of something going, and that was another kind of dimension to.
Was it so a similar sort of thing, only just your own way?
Well, I think we did all the similar things, but there was 3 of us in it.
Yeah.
And we still did the things we did for the 5 of us, but it was like a shortened show, and then we'd add a great guy lives on the coast here, Davo. He's a comedian, and he'd join us, and of course we had Les join us on the guitar and things like that. So look, it just seemed to flow on.
Yeah, I was going to talk to you about that. My brother-in-law Leslie Forrest.
Leslie, yes, of course.
Leslie,
yeah, he loves Leslie.
He hates it. But Les, wonderful musician. He's a fantastic bloke. He's one of my great mates. And it's just a shame he's with my sister. But anyway, he goes all right.
Yeah.
But he's so he joined Wickety Wak, but that's when you got back together, wasn't it, after?
When Wickety Wak retired the first time, he was with Greg Doolan for some years. Playing with Greg's band.
Yes. Yeah.
And then when we did all the original members got together again after some years, and we did what we call our reunion tours. And we had more returns than Dame Nellie Melba. But so Les was always there, and become great friends with Les, of course, and his your lovely sister, Leanne.
Yeah. Don't give her too much airtime.
Oh, she's damn good.
No, she's good too. Yeah, she's a good hairdresser as well.
It still cuts my hair.
Oh.
I've got to see her on Wednesday. Look out!
Oh, we might be able to slide in behind and do the back for you.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Did you find that weird at first because Wickety Wak was you guys fanging it out and doing everything, or was it easier to have this band just do their thing and you could just go out and do what you do, or was it? It would have been a different dynamic, wouldn't it?
It really was. It was something that you loved to do, because it just made it so much easier, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, the costs were greater to do the shows, but it was just something that was, the dimension to the shows was always phenomenal, you know?
Yeah.
But you knew that very rarely could you use the orchestra. It was like Twin Towns or Seagulls, things like that. You knew there was no other opportunity.
Yeah.
But then it didn't matter, because guys like Les and a few other musicians working with us on occasions to fill in.
Yep.
Because it was essential when you're doing lots of changes. You kind of needed that. It was the days prior to all the backing tracks. It was all live music. So
yeah. What's the biggest stage you've been on that if you click your fingers you'd go back there tomorrow? There'd had to have been a moment when you're thinking, we've made it, this is fantastic.
I think the biggest audience we worked for was Country Festival at Gympie. It was like a reunion.
Just that whole
it was
Sea of the
20
Hill.
years between our first one we did out with the original brothers in the original location, and then 20 years later we went back to do it, and it was just absolutely phenomenal. I think there was 35,000 people there. It was
Would have been incredible.
Unbelievable. You think, wow. You take mental photographs and think, I don't want to forget this.
Yeah.
Click, click, you know.
How do you think you guys would go today? Like we were laughing about it, having a coffee before, with your humour and what you perceived as funny in your show.
No, we'd be jailed. No, straight to jail.
Who'd go first?
You can't be humorous anymore.
Who'd go first out of you? Who couldn't help himself?
Oh, I think Greg would be a standout. And he wouldn't stop, you know, because the more you push back. Oh, no. Terrible. Look, I won't get political, but it's just a shame that humour's humour. We did learn to laugh at ourselves.
Yeah.
And take the pith.
Yeah.
You know. And I think we've lost that again now. It's sad.
It is. I was just, because I look through old tapes and things like that, and you're like, oh man, that's so funny. See, I'm a big Monty Python fan and John Cleese and all them, and some of those things that happen, it's like, that is just so funny, and you think, it's probably not kosher these days, like it'd never be primetime TV, but it's not really hurting anyone. But
the comedy is obviously stating the obvious, and I think some of the best comedians tell real stories.
Yeah.
Funny stories, you know. It's not like they're telling jokes, but he was the Irishman. He was great. He would just rattle on with stories. I can't think of his name now, though.
Oh, yeah, no. Everybody knows his name.
Thanks, Waddo.
I can't think either.
No,
But, you know, you must look back and think, well, we're in a certain time and that worked and it probably just would not now.
No, yes, it's all different. But you know, you've got the CDs or the VHS. I was reminded today VHS, and the reel-to-reel tapes.
Like I said, when we were a kid and we'd watch all the Wickety Wak ones, Mum would be on the old bike going like this, so we could get the power up to watch it. Or
No.
Yeah, but you'd go back tomorrow, I bet you. They would have been great days.
Oh, absolutely. Do it all again. Fabulous memories. Great guys to work with. It was just a unique era and a very happy and satisfying and rewarding time. You look unbelievable.
So what's Tony Jeffrey doing these days? Entertaining still, mate, or just
No. Tony Jeffrey he's not retired. I actually house and pet sit these days.
Oh, wow.
So I enjoy doing that.
Any funny stories where someone works out who you are and go, I know you.
Oh, if they don't, I tell them anyway, you know.
I love it.
I had a big note myself, you know, drop my name, you know.
I love it. I love it.
They say, no, you couldn't be, you know. You looking after pets? I go, yeah, I love it.
Do you ever get a dog or something you're thinking, I can't look after this thing?
Oh, a couple. But, yeah, they normally work out all right.
Works out good.
Yeah, I haven't had any bad experiences yet. No.
No plans on getting back on stage, mate? Or
No. I think the stage, you know, I think if you're a Frank Sinatra or a Tom Jones, yes, and they're sensational. Tom Jones is still singing like a bird. But, you know, I had a wonderful career, very successful, but I mean, we certainly weren't megastars. But I think I've got a point of view that personally, I don't have to prove anything, don't want to keep trying. We had such a wonderful career with such a wonderful time that resorting back to just being a soloist or a duo, the satisfaction level is kind of gone. And I think, well, okay, it's for young people to take over. People who are innovative and energetic and, you know, it's their world now.
It'd be hard leaving those bigger auditoriums too, I suppose, to come back and playing in the corner of a club or something like that.
You can't, because you can't, I don't think you can revive what we had with different people. And I'm not getting any younger, but I'm
Oh, you're a bit hard on yourself. You only look about 78.
Thanks, Waddo.
Oh, you know it is, mate. No, you'd have it in you. Like, you can see you're still healthy enough.
Yeah, exactly. But if you were trying to emulate what you had, you'd just be too frustrating, I think. You know, so I think, okay, I know what's been achieved and it's been wonderful and I wouldn't want to destroy that. Maybe the ego would say, oh, was that bloke from Wickety Wak? Gee, shithouse now, he's not.
Yeah, so leave on a high.
Maybe it's the ego thing, maybe being realistic, but no, leave it the way it is. And,
leave on a high, mate.
Great times, and wonderful past.
Your mum and dad, they ever go and watch you boys perform?
Oh, absolutely, all the time. Oh.
What'd your old girl think?
Well, I've got two stories for you.
Yeah.
You may have to cut one of them out. But
No, we won't.
When I was singing in Sydney, I had a job. It was like virtually the Vietnam days, and the King's Cross was King's Cross. It was packed. All the American sailors and American servicemen, but they had a shield on each arm, and there was plenty of money. I got a gig. It was in the bottom of Williams Street. It was a new nightclub called Mames. Mum and Dad, of course, come down from the bush, and they're sitting there proudly in the front row. And I'm out there singing like I Believe or something like that, you know, trying to be suave and sophisticated. And there was just two topless girls casually on the swings at the side of the stage. Anyhow, the other story is in Wickety Wak, you see, we used to wear our lycra suits.
Yeah.
So, you know, they were full piece, you know, zip up the back. And it was always difficult going to the loo when you go in. Anyhow, that's another story. But, of course, Mum and Dad were sitting in the front row in wherever it was, in a leagues club somewhere performing. And the next morning, my dad said to me, he said, oh, Tony, take me down to the chemist shop this morning, will you? I said, yeah, well, what's that? He said, oh, I think I need to get something for you. I said, what? So he said, no, we'll get there. So bottom line was he wanted to buy me a jockstrap. Because I'm standing on stage, I don't have a guitar to show up in front of me, and with the lycra, like the material we were wearing, every fundamental thing was exposed, obviously, that I wasn't aware of. But Mum and Dad were horrified, so he wanted to get me this slingshot thing to wear to try and... Anyway, cut that part.
Did you end up wearing it?
I wore it for a joke backstage just to give the boys a laugh. Oh. But no, it was a horrible thing. It was like, but no, just the thought of it makes me cringe. No.
I love it. So any kids, mate?
I got 3 fabulous sons, yeah.
Yep.
None of them are in the industry, but, you know, they're always...
Never dabbled with it?
No, the youngest son started playing the piano, and he's very good. He had a great future as an actor, but he found girls like us all, and, you know...
Yeah.
So life goes on.
All gone, yeah. And they're around here, or they've in Australia?
The oldest son has got a very successful soil testing company. And the middle son, it was Anthony, and the middle son, Ben, he drives coal trains out of Rockhampton.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you got 3 kids you know of? Do you want to cut that?
No, it doesn't matter.
You might get that cut.
Doesn't. No, I've only got 3 sons, yes.
Hello.
Not now, no, I couldn't handle that, no. No, there's no chance of that, no.
No chance.
I was very good boy.
I'd blame Les anyway.
He gets blamed for everything.
Oh, he does. He deserves it. Well, mate, I've got to tell you, it's been a real pleasure. Thanks for coming around and making time. You are, in my childhood, you mightn't say you're a superstar, but Wickety Wak, it was a big part of our growing up, and you are a superstar to me, mate.
Thanks,
Tony
Waddo.
Jeffrey.
It was an absolute pleasure and a privilege.
Thank you, mate.
Thank you, mate. Cheers.
Thank you.